Muli po magandang araw. Ako pa rin po si Eli Saludar.
Ito po yung kaibigan nyo, dating political advisor ni President Duterte. Dito tayo sa programa, Iparas kay Paras. Itong host ninyo, kaibigan ninyo, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat, mga kababayan.
At paglinawan po ang maestro, nagpupugay na siya magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
At siyempre magandang pag-usapan din Secretary Jincado itong issue na kung saan mas pinabigat yung parusa laban po sa mga nagpupuslit. Ito agricultural smuggling. Talaga namang problema ng mga Pilipino yung mga produktong agrikultura. So, Secretary Jing.
Sige nga, pakita natin yung news agenda.
Yun, okay. Ito.
Life sentence, no bail push for agricultural smuggling. Sige nga.
Sarap
A
pakinggan.
senator wants to keep agricultural smuggling a non-bailable crime punishable by life imprisonment. Senator Cynthia Villar pushed this as a proposed bill imposing several sanctions severe sanctions against smugglers, profiteers, hoarders, and cartels of agricultural and fishery products. Passed on third reading in the Senate Monday. Villar said there should be no compromise on the severe penalty for masterminds of agricultural smuggling when the measure undergoes bicameral proceedings. Okay.
Okay, so pero sa House approved na rin yan, no? Bicam na rin sila. Okay.
Ngayon, this is very naive of Congress, with due respect. Ay, alam mo naman, idol ko yan si Ma'am Cynthia, si Ate Cynthia, kasi masigasig yan. Pero, with due respect, maski gaano pa nyo patatagin yang smuggling, profiteer ng batas, 5-year sentence, life imprisonment sentence, kung wala namang nakukonvict, wala namang naiimbestiga, this bill or that becomes into law is just a piece of paper, is a scrap of paper. You're just wasting your time, money, and resources of government to produce a bill that will penalize for life smugglers when there are no smugglers being caught, when there are no smugglers being investigated. For example, ito po, ibabalik ko sa inyo, mga senador, mga congressmen, sarili ninyong membro mismo, in-identify na yung mga smuggler. Mayroon na tayong batas against smuggling, against economic sabotage, profiteering. Maski walang life imprisonment, pero mayroon ng penalty yan. Ito, maginggan natin si Congressman Swansea. Okay.
The Committee on Ways and Means to issue subpoenas for the following brokers, importers, facilitators allegedly involved in large-scale agricultural smuggling in local ports and around the Philippines. Namely, Michael Ma.
Okay.
So, isa lang yan. Nasa...
Si Michael Ma, pero marami yung minention ni Swansea. Okay. Now, who is this Michael Ma? In-identify na. Mayroon ng batas, maski hindi life imprisonment. Pero I'm just emphasizing here, in-emphasize lang po natin, na kayong mga senador, kayong mga congressmen, with due respect, gusto nyong ipalawakan yung bill, pero kung hindi nyo naman nahuli yung smuggling, in-identify na nga ni Swansea, pero itong smuggler na itong si Michael Ma is getting away with it. So useless yung pagsisikap nyo na pataasan nyo yung bill kung hindi nyo naman imbestigahan dahil malapit sa mga powers that be itong smuggler. Anong silbi nung batas nyo na lalagyan nyo ng life imprisonment? Maski double life imprisonment pa yan, kung hindi nyo tumbukin yung smuggler, profiteer, and he gets away with it, that law or legislation is a mere scrap of paper. Wala pong value yan. Ito, bakit itong Michael Ma, mayroon namang batas na, bakit hindi mahuhuli? Ito, pakinggan natin si Ginang Maharlika.
Ayan po, galing sa Facebook page ng Chinese Embassy. Yeah, Chinese Embassy in Manila. Ayan yung picture ni Michael Ma. So sa kapapasok pa lang, just bear with me, ikukwento ko sa inyo kung sino si Michael Ma. Umpisa natin sa pinakaunang expose natin. So, remember this Jung 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 Jung?
Jung 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 Jung.
Oh, hi. You guys are great. Thanks for the support.
Okay, thank you very much. Sama-sama tayo. Babago muli.
Okay. So kung natatandaan ninyo, January 24, ayan, chinek ko yung aking kalendaryo dito. Nang una nating in-expose sa inyo ang patungkol dito kay Michael Ma na kung saan sangkot siya o isa siya na partner ni Martin Araneta na kapatid ng ahas na First Lady, ang kanilang smuggling sa asukal, galunggong, sa sibuyas, agri and non-agri products. Okay? January po yan ngayong taon nang una kong ipinakilala sa inyo dito si Michael Ma. Bakit natin siya ipinakilala? Dahil narinig natin o napanood natin sa House of Representatives na siya ay pinapatawag at hindi lang siya, si Michael Ma ay pinapatawag at ang iba pang mga kasamahan niyang, kasabwat niyang smugglers dyan sa Department of Agriculture and Bureau of Customs noong January 29. Okay? So, dito, ito, January 29. Alright? So, ito mga kababayan, sa House of Representatives, inabangan natin ito under sa Committee on Ways and Means. Okay? So, ito yung mga sinasabi ko sa inyo. Okay na hanggang ngayon, canceled pa yan. Di ba? Diyan sila, sa committee na yan, o sa committee na yan, unang pinatawag si Michael Ma na kajung-jung-jung ni Liza Araneta Smug. So, hindi ko tinigilan yan simula noong January at pinakita ko ito sa inyong picture na ito na kung saan, mga kababayan, ay isinasama ni Liza Smugs, ni Kuting ng Norte sa kanilang mga state visit. Ito yung picture na una kong pinakita sa inyo. So, nagngangaw-ngaw tayo dito. Halos every vlog natin, hindi natin nakakalimutan yung taong yan. Dahil nga, never na sumipot yan sa House of Representatives.
Going back, mga kababayan, I mean, we appreciate the Senate, especially Ginang Cynthia Villar, for pushing a bill that would set a deterrent for smuggling. Pero, maski nga po, Ma'am Cynthia, maski po ipupush mo yan, we admire you, pero ang sinasabi po natin dito, magiging ano lang yan waste of time, effort sa inyo kung yung batas na yan hindi naman ma-implement dahil yung smuggler ay kasabwat ng mga may poder sa gobyerno. Mayroon ng panukala, resolusyon si Congressman Swansing na tumbukin itong mga smuggler. Pero hindi naman matumbok dahil hindi naman maimbestigahan dahil napaka-powerful. So anong sustento? Anong bili? Or ano ang the bili is value in Bisaya.
Value.
What is the value? Ng batas. Kung ang hinahabol ninyo sa batas is getting away with the law itself.
Pero di ba na-appoint pa na special
tapos
envoy?
itong kulukoy na ito na kakampi ni First Lady sa picture, base sa picture,
Video.
at doon sa younger brother ng First Lady, is able to get away with it and even being appointed as an envoy, special envoy of the Philippines to China. So, what is the value of all these efforts of Congress to pass a law that will set us a deterrent when the very people that you are accusing will not be caught, will not be covered by the law because they are protected by politicians or by the powers that be. Kaya nga po, siguro, pag-aralan yung mabuti kung paano ninyo magiging reality yung batas na yan. Ha? Oo. Di ba kayo, ano kayo pare? What is the value of a law when it cannot be enforced?
Kado.
mahirap, mahirap na madaling sagutin yan.
Oh.
Sige, sagutin mo na madali lang.
Dahil kung ang mga hinahanap ng mahabang kamay ng batas ay untouchable naman dahil sa proteksyon ng mga powers that be, palagay ko kailangan mag-usap muna sila dyan sa taas, no?
And
Put their act together.
And kanina or sa isang episode natin, ihantulad natin din ito. The same situation. What is itong Huntay virus, nag-privilege speech na imbestigahan ang human trafficking at saka si Kibuloy in aid of legislation para daw mapalawak at mapalakas ang anti-human trafficking. In the same way, as we are discussing this, paano naman mapalawak? Or useless din yan, mapalawak. Kung the very culprit
Siya
of
mismo.
human trafficking is the proponent. Ha? Paano natin papalakasin yung bill na yan? At siya mismo ang nagpo-propose na palakasin in aid of legislation, imbestigahan yung alleged human trafficker, when you yourself, Hontivirus, is being charged by me personally. Pending yung charge ko sa iyo, pure human trafficking. You are being accused of kidnapping of minor, which is more or less similar.
Heinous crime.
Similar to human trafficking. You were kidnapping them because you want to use these minors to pin down Duterte in his war on drugs, which is politically motivated. Diba? So, parehong-pareho.
Yung bang...
Nakakahiya na kayo ang proponent pero kayo ang number one violator of that.
Kung may charge na ganyan, Secretary, yung bang congressional immunity nila from arrest?
Walang
ano yun, ha?
ano yan yung sa speech and wala yan, hindi covered
Sa
yan. They are not
privilege
immune.
speech lang yun.
Ha? Tingnan mo si Kwan dati. These are ordinary crimes Tulad ni Kwan, yung si Nicanor Di Guzman, yung congressman na nag-smuggling ng baril. He was convicted.
That's smuggling.
Si Romy halos-los. Walang immunity yun. He was convicted of rape. So, this woman should also be investigated and should be found na yung kaso na sinampak ko, mayroong probable cause, pero napakatagal na yun, 3-4 na taon na yun, hindi, inupuan lang ng ombudsman. This is the injustice in our country. Somebody is above the law. Kung ganon. Ini-spare ng... ito pa naman si ombudsman, nagpipilit na maging ombudsman, associate justice na yan sa Supreme Court. Alam ko kung paano minaniobra na malagay siya dyan because I was in the cabinet of the president then. Nagsabi siya na gusto niya talagang ma-solve ang mga crimes committed by politicians. Bakit ito, Ginoong Martinez? Kaibigan po tayo, sir. Bakit hindi mo pa rin inimbestigahan itong kaso na pinsinampa ko kay Hontiveros? Meron pa akong isang kaso for plunder against, may he rest in peace, against itong mga COMELEC, and for awarding it to the Smartmatic. A case declared by the Supreme Court as void yung kanilang kontrata. So, it means na may yarian yan. May graft and corruption. Pero
Sa buwatan.
hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin. Hindi pa rin umusad yung investigation na sa kaso kong pinail dito sa mga COMELEC commissioners. Yung chairman, may he rest in peace. Wala na. Na lipasan na ng panahon. Yun lang po ang sinasabi ko. Wiretapping, mayroon din akong pinail against this virus. Where is it? Why is it that the ombudsman is not acting on this? Yun lang po. So, nobody should be above the law. Senyor Martires. Yun po. Sana kapakinggan mo kami with due respect. You ask, I remember, you asked some colleagues to tell the president that you were really very interested to be appointed there, pero only to fail in investigating these people. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng selective justice, di ba?
Okay.
Yan po,
Okay.
mga kababayan.
Samantala, sa iba pa nating issue, ito naman si kay dating Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio
isa pa
at
yan.
yung interview ni Karen Davila. Sige, panoorin natin para makapag-komentaryo ang maestro.
Okay.
Well, as I said, I was pleasantly surprised that President Marcos Jr. has adopted this policy of asserting the arbitral award, not giving up a single inch of Philippine territory in the West Philippine Sea, strengthening our alliances with the U.S. and other like-minded states. But the acid test, the litmus test will be, can we get the gas in Reed Bank? That is really the litmus test, because it will all go down to that. So our neighbors have succeeded. Malaysia, they were able to survey and drill in their EEZ despite threats of war by China. Indonesia was able to do it also. It's our turn. We have to do it, because it will devastate our economy if we fail to do it.
Okay. I'm curious at this point, who should take the lead when it comes to recommending this to the president?
Well, I think they are discussing it already, because with respect to surveying and drilling in Reed Bank, the preparation is there. We have already started our joint patrol with the U.S., and there will be a series of this. I think it will end up in Reed Bank. So I expect that to happen soon, because we're running out of time. It takes 4 years to develop Reed Bank, and Malampaya is running out of gas already. It used to supply our 3 largest gas-fired plants. Now it's supplying only 2, and maybe at the end of this year, only 1. So we really have to make a move now.
Yeah, that's very good that you said that, because what's interesting is if you're President Marcos Jr., that's the litmus test. Our neighbors have done it. He has 6 years in office. Ideally, before he leaves, there should be some development in the Reed Bank under his administration, and it would be his legacy.
That's right, Karen, because if he cannot do that before he leaves office, then he cannot, anyone he anoints will have a hard time in the election. So he will not be able to anoint his successor. And the opposition candidate will be pointing to that as a grave failure, as a serious failure on his part, because our neighbors were able to do it. So I think the pressure is on him to do it.
Okay.
Before Ado, who is our expert in this, let me comment. Kung hindi ko lang kilala ito at hindi ko professor ito sa corporation law at saka negotiable instruments, without the name being shown, I would have mistaken this guy, ito si Carpio, for one of the Chinese officials. Because he really looks like the twin brother of Xi Jinping. Sa pagmumuka lang nitong Carpio, mukhang Chekwa.
Resemblance.
A very clear resemblance of Chinese-looking officials. Kung ganon, dapat nga, kung Chinese-looking ka, you should even be more gracious to the Chinese officials. Pero, that's just, pero si Maestro, ano pong reaction mo dyan kay issue na nire-raise ni Mr. Carpio?
Actually, hindi litmus test ng presidente o legacy ang pinag-uusapan dito. Ang dapat ungkatin dito ay ang litmus test what motivates Carpio to always go back at the pinaka-bottom line niya sa issues ng West Philippine Sea is always the Reed Bank.
The Red Bank.
Directorate.
Baka may personal interest siya.
Yes,
Abogado
sinasabi
ba
ko.
ito ni Pangilinan?
Oo.
Sino bang kapartner ni Pangilinan dyan?
Si Albert Rosario.
Yung dating
dating sekretary of Foreign
na
Affairs.
maraming kababalaghan, itong Del Rosario. May rest in peace.
Ako, bibilisan,
Okay, sige.
bibilisan ko na lamang.
Okay.
Noong 2011, ito pong Forum Energy, PXP Energy at Philex Mining ay nagsimula na mag-exploration dyan sa Reed Bank, Recto Reef. Nagpadala na sila ng isang Singaporean vessel dyan para mag-research. Pero tinaboy po yan ng China claiming na wala silang karapatan dyan because that is part of China's sovereignty. Ang susunod na event dyan, challenge nila ang soberanya ng China by through the Scarborough standoff. Kung saan bibilisan ko na, following the Scarborough standoff, nawalan tayo ng teritoryo dahil iniurong ni Noynoy Aquino ang BRP, Gregorio del Pilar. Nag-withdraw tayo, leaving the control of the area
To the Chinese.
To the Chinese.
It's their responsibility.
Now it becomes their responsibility.
Oh.
Now, in order to, according to Carpio, in order to recover Scarborough Shoal, dinala on the inspiration and instigation
Siya
of Carpio,
nag-encourage ng
arbitration.
UNCLOS.
According to UNCLOS, dinala niya sa Permanent Court of Arbitration ang kaso.
Okay.
Oo. So, yan mga kabansa.
So si Carpio ang nag-udyo kila De Lima, kila sino pa ba yung mga DFA noon na mag-file ng arbitration case against China.
Oo.
So si Carpio, Supreme Court Justice siya noon, pero hindi naman niya trabaho yon, nakikialam siya, sumama pa nga siya doon sa argumento, di ba?
Oo. At ang hinang naman nila mga abogado ay puro Amerikano at saka mga taga-Britanya. So anyway,
So in other words, what you're saying, dapat mahiya itong si Carpio. Ginagamit niya, kunyari, nationalistic siya, patriotic siya. Pero at the end of the day, ang interest lang pala niya is to perpetuate or to pursue
mag-lawyer.
to pursue his personal interest kasi abogado siya ng
Di Manny Pangilinan.
ng Pangilinan at saka sinabi mo nga
Albert Rosario.
na mga kano ang
Oo.
mga nagpapundo nito.
Dahil yung Strathclyde Albert de Rosario Institute
Okay.
na nagtutulak niyan ay adjunct ng Center for Strategic and International Studies ng Washington, D.C. At
So,
itong si Manny
allegedly, bayad ito si Carpio ng mga kumpanya who is really funded by the United States government.
Yes, because Manny Pangilinan is
So,
merely
mahiya ka naman, Carpio. I had respect with you before, even if I was not very satisfied with your teaching, kasi uutal-utal ka as corporation law professor. Pero, thank you. Pinasama naman din ako. No? Pero, ang masama nito si Carpio, hindi ko makalimutan. Isa ito sa nilalabanan ko na gumawang kabulastugan sa Korte Suprema. Doon sa kaso ng aking asawa na my late wife who filed a case against her political opponent accusing the opponent for being a Chinese citizen, for not being a natural born citizen. And in a decision penned by then Justice Reyes, may he rest in peace also, hinimok nila si Reyes. Mayroon ng desisyon si Reyes, ponente, pinirmahan nila lahat. In an en banc, pumirma itong Carpio, 14 silang pumirma, declaring this Chinese candidate for being a Chinese citizen, hindi natural born. I have the documents to show. Pero balita ko, sinabi sa akin in secret ni Justice Reyes, nagkabigayan. And itong Carpio, who is a signatory to the en-banc decision declaring the candidate as Chinese citizen, bumaliktad. And I have a copy of, gumawa pa siya, kunyari, ng commentary. He called it reflection. Umatras siya doon sa desisyon na pinirmahan niya at kinriticize niya yung sarili niyang desisyon. Itong Carpio na ito,
Ganong ka-duplicious.
Ganon ka-dupliso, ito, kumag na ito. With due respect, sir. Ngayon ko lang masasabi yan. Dati hindi ko masabi dahil powerful ka Nasa Supreme Court ka. Ngayon, I can say, in truth and in fact, yung reflection mo, may halaga yon. Di umano. Why did you write that? Why did you turn around and renege on your signature? In that in-bank decision where you signed your signature as one of the 14 signatories to declare that this candidate is a Chinese citizen, bumaliktad. Kaya nga ito, walang maniniwala nito. According to Ado, bayad na pala ng allegedly ng mga kano ito. Kaya he is not for the Filipino, but he is for himself personally.
At saka, pinaglalaban daw nila rito, soberanya.
Kakahiya ka, Carpio.
At patriotism. Pero ang may-ari ng Forum Energy at Philex Mining ay si Anthony Salim na oligarch na Indonesian. So, foreigner din ang may-ari. Hindi Pilipino talaga.
Well, with due respect, I have nothing against MVP. Yung right-hand man yan, best friend ko at kumpare ko. Siguro naman is getting good advice from my friend. Pero, alam mo kasi, if we look back, I was then the chairman of PNOCEC. Mayroon na yang, during the time of GMA, mayroon na yang kasunduan ang China. We were very peaceful. Mayroong tinatawag na Joint Maritime Exploration, JMSU. Pinahinto ng mga epal na mga senador dahil daw, that's how it all started, Sinabi ng mga senador, ng mga epal at the time, whoever they are, na bakit daw tayo nakipag-ugnayan sa Vietnam, sa China, parang nirelinquish natin yung ating sovereignty over the South China Sea kasi nagkiklaim tayo may-ari. So, to deal with China and Vietnam, we are actually giving up our claim. That's all started. So, GMA has to cancel that agreement. That was an agreement between Petro Vietnam, CNOOC of China, and PNOCEC.
At saka dito, nag-memorandum of agreement na
ang Philippines.
Under Duterte on a 60-40 basis.
Tama.
Na
government
China,
to government.
Government to government. Gusto nila ibalik sa business to business.
Kasi, yun ang gusto ni Carpio kasi may personal interest siya. If it was government to government, it should be PNOC representing the government and CNOOC and China state company na mag 60-40. And in fact, China was very generous.
Alam mo,
60% sa atin, 40% to explore. Di ba?
Bigla akong kinabahan doon sa sinabi mo kanina.
Na?
Kasi kagagaling lang ni Xi Jinping sa Vietnam. Baka ang mangyari dito sa Reed Bank at Recto Reef ay China at saka Vietnam
Sila
ang magsama at sila mag-explore niya.
Kawawa tayo.
Kawawa tayo. Atin na. Isusubo na lang.
Now, let me ask you, whatever happened to that agreement, yung 60-40? Was that scrap under the Marcos administration?
Under the Duterte administration.
Kaya nga, mayroon na nga agreement.
Pero sinabutahin ni Teddy Boy Locsin. Nag-walk out siya sa negotiation at sinasabi niya na it is unconstitutional. Unilaterally, sinasabi niya. Pero, alam mo,
And
Secretary,
yet, at that time, China wanted to give way 60% to the Philippines
Yes.
as a share.
at saka meron ditong meron ng president dito sa international law na dumaan pa sa compulsory conciliation in the case of Timor-Leste, Indonesia, at saka Australia. Tatlong estado pa ang nagkasundo. Kaya ang Timor-Leste ngayon nakikinabang sa langis. Ha? At ang maliit na portion...
Tayo, naiwan tayo sa pansitan because of greed.
Pansitan.
Because of greed of these companies who is hiring this former associate justice. Na kunyari, patriotic, nationalistic, pero ang interest lang pala is personal. To gain something out of the Red Bank. Ayan
So,
ang ibig mo sabihin.
tawas-tawasin mo si Carpio. Paikot-ikutin mo yung arbitral ruling at close. Pupunta at pupunta yan ang homing instinct niyan pabalik sa recto bank at recto reef.
Okay.
Yan ang
So, proud pa na panay pa interview, pero ano naman pala?
Kaya pleasantly surprised.
Plus, ano ba yung tawag niyan? Palso. False pretender. So, mga kababayan, beware of this guy, Beware of this guy. No wonder GMA did not make him justice, Supreme Court Chief Justice. So, binigay kay Corona. Because GMA did not trust this guy. Duterte did not also trust this guy. Why? Because binigay kay Peralta, then dito kay Bersamin. He never gave it to this guy. Despite the fact na may affinity dahil yung pamangkin nito
Carpio
or pinsan is married to the vice president. They most likely siya sana pero Duterte is a very astute and very honest politician. Hindi binigay dito kasi duda na rin pala si Duterte. In fact, may sinabi si Duterte when I asked him, Mr. President, I have prepared an impeachment complaint against Carpio Morales. Binabastos niya yung mga kaso against mga yellows.
who was an ombudsman.
Oo. Sabi ni Duterte, sige bye. Ano yan hindi ko na lang sabihin yung sinabi ni President
Yung
Duterte
exact word.
against the family. Lalo na doon sa father-in-law. With due respect. Hindi ko na.
But he was giving due course to it. Should you continue?
In fact, I prepared. Wala lang. Well, I know there were certain devils who wanted to file a case against a congressman from Davao dahil nag-away sila dahil nag-away yung kanilang mga girlfriends. Nakipag-deal with the devil para mapailan ng kaso yung kaibigan niya na girlfriend, boyfriend ng kaaway ng girlfriend. Kaya hindi tuloy mapasok-pasok ko yung impeachment case against Carpio Morales. That's the history. But at least napasok ko yung impeachment against this alleged corrupt official, but hindi na siguro alleged yan dahil ngayon hinahabol na siya ng Department of Justice ng United States, and that is where Glenn Chong is going to testify. Itong si Andres Bautista, kaming dalawa, Perdi Topacio and myself were partners in filing an impeachment case against this Andres Bautista. Dapat din kay Carpio Morales, kaya lang what happened was
Naudlot
naudlot lang. Okay?
Okay, maraming salamat po.